UFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks...
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny when we talked to him. All he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Andrews. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 63 yards.
And you can tell early, they're going to look his way quite a bit. And he made himself available on that one.
He'll get 3 up to midfield. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in a victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they run to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. He only needed about a foot there, but there was nowhere to run.
Yeah, almost felt like he was trying to get a bigger play. He knew he only needed a short amount of yardage, but instead, trying to find something bigger to pop, sometimes you just have to take those dirty runs, pick up the yardage you need, and start over with a new set of downs.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here comes the Browns offense with a long field ahead. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. They'll try the left side. Haskins brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. To throw on 3rd down. Hood. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And he He's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll run on first down. Haskins. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Off play action. Hood. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 37.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in the play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Hood. Going right side here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 2nd down now. Haskins, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
On first down, Haskins, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming out.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Green. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Back to throw. Hood. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hood throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Bennett. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Let's talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is right through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Able able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On second down, Farrell. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Looking to throw. Andrews. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a yard to go here on second down. Off the play fake. Andrews. Looking sideline, incomplete. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Andrews. And that's incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Andrews. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Right back to him on first down. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
To throw on second down, Hood. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The football going back over to Arizona now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And here's Andrews on third down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He juked him. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. he did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they thought they were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking deep for Bennett. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe you've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Andrews. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, Andrews. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
The kick by Bass is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team...
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. It's a no-one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Andrews. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Andrews. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try to loosen things up, get the defense to react to other people.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. From the gun, Andrews. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw is Andrews on 1st and 10. And Andrews lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of the quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Andrews. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. That's taken on the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think...
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. The Lions looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. The Dolphins seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And that one all tied. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Browns, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll keep it on the ground. Haskins, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Hood. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Andrews. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Goodson. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Off the play fake. Hood. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hood. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. And he is going to have the Browns first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hood firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd down now. Haskins. And this play a lot like the previous one. Thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Operating from the gun. Hood. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants. Or
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
On the ground with a tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Well, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow fellow line, but they say he's a bit short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So just 3 points there, but that important in the grand scheme of things is it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively. So just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
It is fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go.
And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On second down, Farrell. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
On second down now, Haskins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd.
They'll keep it on the ground. Haskins. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Hood. He finds his man, complete. It's Bennett. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Haskins. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll keep it on the ground. Haskins. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The football going back over to Arizona now. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now Andrews on 1st down. And Andrews lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And that will set them up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up? And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now a handoff here to his running back. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Hood. They still can't get it. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now the Browns defense
defensive unit trots back out. And they forced the fumble last time. Now 4 turnovers for this defense. They've been darn good.
It's become a feeding frenzy, hasn't it? I mean, almost like the sharks. I mean, they descend upon their prey. That's what they've done this entire game. 4 takeaways, they preach it, and today they're living it.
Well, when you have that many, you probably think, all right, well, we'll just get another one now, right? And Owen coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick here is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
They'll run on 1st down. Goodson. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Andrews now throwing on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Andrews to throw on 2nd down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're heading at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
He sets to fire deep.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off at the 20. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Well, the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's a 2nd down. Back to throw. Andrews. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him at the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And here's Andrews on 1st and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw. Andrews. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Andrews finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Looking to throw. Andrews. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I don't like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Andrews. And that one incomplete. It also breaks a string of 7 straight completions as well, as it leads to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Andrews. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll keep it on the ground. Haskins. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 3rd down, Haskins. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Shoves him away. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. To throw is Andrews. On 1st down, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 15. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Browns, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.